Hardcore Lies.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Body Bags. I'm MikeyFish, and I'm your Friday host. Yeah, dudes. So today, we're doing another movie. The other day, I went to a store called Press Play. It's mostly for video games, but they also have a lot of movies, and they had an 80% off sale. Dude. And I found this movie, and I've been wanting this movie for quite a while because I like anything that kind of falls into this subgenre. There's not many. But yeah, I found it, and it usually goes for stupid money, but it was $7.99 here, plus 80% off, dude. Oh my god, The Catcher. Hell yeah, that subgenre I was talking about was like sport-related horror. Sporer. It's a good one. Anyways, yeah, so The Catcher, dude. I watched it immediately. This one has Joe Estevez in it. He's in a lot of low-budget, trashy horror movies, so whatever. It's not really that big of a deal that he's in it. But, so yeah, in this movie, it starts off with a kid and his dad, or I think it might be a stepdad, I can't remember. But I think it's just a kid and his dad, whatever. And the dad is Joe Estevez, and they're playing catch outside. And Joe is a very... he wants his kid to do, he wants them to be perfect at baseball, so he's very strict about it to the point where he's abusive and, like, throwing fastballs at this kid when they're just playing catch in the yard and whatnot, and just yelling at him and whatnot, throwing the ball at his wife whenever she, like, kind of imposes about it and stuff. He starts, like, hitting the kid with the ball at, like, during batting practice. Anyway, so the kid ultimately just gets mad and kills Joe with a baseball bat on the diamond. Just, yeah, hits him in the head a lot with a baseball bat. And then, yeah, so we skip to a few years later. We're following this other baseball player who is now in, like, minor leagues, I think. And he's trying to make it to the top, but he's doing a bad job. And so now he's getting let go. He's getting fired, basically. And so... that's when the killings start to happen again. But at the same time, this guy, the kid, was put into a insane asylum, and he has been released now. And so I think it was 17 years later. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it says. It doesn't say. But I think it was 17 years later. Anyways, he's being released now from the penitentiary. And so while this guy's being fired, so there's a lot of killings going on, and you're not really sure who it is. If it's Homeboy or if it's the guy that was getting released. And I won't tell you that part. But anyway, so yeah. Pretty cool little flick. Not that great, not amazing. A lot of people won't like this one. It's pretty cheaply made, but there are some cool things about it. One being, you really don't know who it is killing people. You think it's one person, and then you think it's another, and that was pretty good. So I did like that. I loved the location because it all takes place at, like, a baseball stadium, like a big baseball stadium. So they actually got, the budget to be able to do that. Maybe they didn't get the budget, but maybe they just knew somebody. So, it's like in the locker rooms, in the hallways, in the baseball field itself, in the dugouts, everything like that. It's really, I thought that was really cool that they did that. I really liked that. Some of the deaths were, very baseball related. I think they could have done more. I like the ones that were baseball related, but some of them were just, whatever. If I make a movie that has a certain theme like baseball, I'm going to try everything I can to have, like, really cool, like, baseball related deaths. So, I mean, he does, like, there is, like, the batting cage death, all that kind of stuff. So that's all cool. I would have just tried to get even more in there. I don't know how I could, but I'd figure it out. But they did have a few, and for what they were good, There's, like, 2 other baseball-themed movies. There might be more, but the ones I know about are ones called Devin's Ghost. Legend of Bloody Boy is what that one is. Devin's Ghost, Legend of Bloody Boy. And then Billy Club. This one I liked better than Devin's Ghost, but it paled in comparison to Billy Club. Billy Club was fucking nuts. That one was amazing. But it's still a fun movie. Don't get me wrong. It does go for a little too high priced. I wouldn't suggest going out and buying it unless you're just a person that really, really, really loves low budget. And I do, but I still wouldn't pay that price for what it is going for. But if you do find it for like $10, definitely get it because you're not going to find it for cheaper than that, more than likely. You might if you're really good at finding things, but I haven't. But I finally got lucky and found it out in the wild, and I was stoked. And yeah, hell yeah, dude. But anyways, this movie, it's like okay, like it has a couple of like good makeup effects. Doesn't have really that much gore, but it has, a lot of blood and stuff, and kind of like after effects of people's faces, which is pretty cool. Uh, it could have benefited from a lot more gore. Movies like this that are just low budget but have like a little theme, they tend to do really well if they have gore in them. That's what Billy Club was so good. But anyways, this movie, it's still fun. But if I had to rate it, I'm giving it an average rating, just a 5 out of 10. I'll watch it again. It has some rewatch value, mainly because of the location was really cool. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. I wouldn't say it's worth buying unless you have the money or find it for cheap. But definitely, if you could find it somewhere or you could like watch it online, check it out, dude. The Catcher. Hell yeah. That's it for me, man. All right, guys. Well, I am MikeyFish. I'll see you next Friday. Later, dudes.